Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum students. Hope so you all are good, fine and healthy, and this is, you can say, the second session of the lockdown, and this time you have to be quite serious, quite not very much serious, relevant to your studies. So what we are going to do, as I told you in the class, we are going to revise this reduced syllabus. So the first topic is what? The first topic is the transpiration. Actually, what is basically the transpiration? The the transpiration is basically the loss of the water from the plant's surface through evaporation. And this loss may occur through the stomata in the leaf. So what is happening, beta? The transpiration, if you are going to say the transpiration, then this is basically the loss of water. So the water is losing from the leaf or from the plant, you can say. And from where this may loss through the openings that is present. What is that? The opening that is present in the plants. Is it clear to you? It is like that. The transpiration is the loss of the water, and this loss of the water occurs to the leaves or the plant, or the plants or the leaves contain the special opening, and this is known as the transpiration. What are basically these special openings? The mostly and the most common openings, which you know it very well, is the stomata. The stomata is present on the lower and the upper epidermis of the leaf. These stomata are the small openings which actually help to transpire the water out from the plant. Similarly, there are also small openings called lenticles which are present on the stems of the plant. If this is the plant, then the stem of the plant contains the small openings through which the water used to remove out, and these openings are known as the lenticles. So basically, in short, let me tell you what is a transpiration. The transpiration is the loss of the water from the plant surface through evaporation, and this loss may occur through a special opening called stomata or the lenticles. The stomata are present on the plant leaves. Keep that in your mind. It is present in the plant leaves, and the lenticles are present in the stem. So okay, how this transpiration occur? Basically, this is known as the xylem. The xylem is doing what? You know very well the xylem is playing a major role. It used to transfer the water from the roots to the aerial part of the plant. So obviously the leaves also contains the xylem. The leaves also contain the xylem, and this xylem is basically having the water. This water is going to transfer into the mesophilic cells. These mesophilic cells are basically providing the large surface area for the transpiration. You can see that, beta, these huge cells, these spongy cells, these all are the mesophilic cells, and you can see that there is a lot of the air spaces present in between the mesophilic cell. There are many of the air spaces are present. Now what is happening, students? The mesophilic, like you can say that the xylem is helping to transport the water from the xylem into the mesophilic cell, and the water is making the layer. If you're going to look this cell more clearly, you will see that the water is making the layer around the in the mesophilic cell. You can see here the water is making the layer in the mesophilic cell. It is making a layer around the cell wall of the mesophilic cell. You can see here, if you are going to see it more clearly, if you are actually observing it more clearly, then you can see that there's a layer of the water around the mesophilic cell wall. Now from here the water is going to transfer into the air spaces. The water is going to transfer into the air spaces, and this water from the stomata will be leave out, and this is known as a transpiration. So what is the methodology? The methodology is that from the xylem to the mesophilic cell, it makes the thin coating layer around the cell wall of the mesophilic cell, from where it enters into the air space, and from air space is just transferred to the stomata, and where it just left. Clear? Okay, the next topic which we are going to discuss is the significance of transpiration. Okay, what is the significance of transpiration? The significance means advantage. What is the advantage of that transpiration? Basically, you know that this is the roots. Here we have the roots in the plants, okay, and here we have the soil. The plants roots are taking the soil, water from the soil, and now Peter, how this water is going to reach to all part of the plant? How that is possible that the You can say that the water from the soil is transferred to all part of the plant. You know that there are thousands of the leaves are present in the tree. How? Obviously by the transpiration. The transpiration results in the water pull. When there is a loss of the water, this result in the pulling force of the water from the soil to the leaf. Obviously एक चीज़ आप सोचो कि पत्तों में से एक चीज़ निकल रही है, पानी निकल रहा है, तो कैसे निकल रहा है? This is causing the transpiration pull which lets the water to transfer from the root to the leaves. अब वो water transfer होने की वजह से the water will reach to every part of the leaf, to every part of the plant. That's why it is very much important. But the transpiration is also called necessary evil. Necessary means that we want transpiration. It is very much important. But evil means that it is also a very harmful for the plant. It is known as a necessary evil. It means that we need transpiration, and evil means that obviously it is also harmful for the plant. So what actually it means? The transpiration means that transpiration is basically potentially harmful process but unavoidable too. It means that the transpiration is the harmful but we cannot shunt it. We cannot say कि transpiration हो ना, because transpiration is also very much important. So it is like that beta. What happens if what is you can say the disadvantage of the transpiration? The greatest disadvantage of the transpiration is that when there is no water in the soil, when there is a loss or less water, or when there is a desiccation, when desiccation means पानी का सूख जाना, खत्म हो जाना, dry land. So when there is a desiccation, when there is a period of the drought, when there is no rainfall, so the transpiration will result in the death of a plant. क्योंकि एक तो पानी पहले ही plant को नहीं मिल रहा और दूसरी transpiration हो रही है. So what is the transpiration? Loss of the water from the plant body. अगर plant पानी ज़ाया कर देगा, that is required by the plant, ठीक है? Obviously there is no water in the soil, so there would be less water in the plant, fine, but transpiration is there, so it will result in what? It will result in the loss of the water from the plant and the plant will die. Clear? So it is resulting in the wilting and death of the plant. On the other hand, it is also very necessary because it is creating the pulling force, and this is known as the transpiration pull. So I'm not going in further details because we have learned and discussed these things already. So today's video is quite small and we have discussed all those topics which we have already discussed in the class. So students, I want a very good result from you in the online class, as well as I want the assignment. You should have to done that. Plus in fact, students don't need to send me the assignment. I will see in the class while having the video in the teams, like we will share with each other, like I will see your video, I will see your assignment through the video. Okay, so what is the assignment for you? The assignment for you is, students, that write down the question, all of you. Okay, students, what is the question? The question here is, let me just see the topic. Write the question. The question is that what is transpiration? What is a transpiration? And how stomatal transpiration occurs. What is the transpiration and how stomatal transpiration occurs? The second question relevant to that is, and it is very much important, students, and you have to draw this diagram as well. Fine. When you are going to explain the stomatal transpiration occurrence, you are going to draw this diagram. It is very much necessary. Write down here important. And now by side, we are also going to work on the diagrams. Okay. And the second thing is here which we are going to discuss is that significance of the transpiration. So write the question that why the transpiration is called a necessary evil. Why the transpiration is called the necessary evil. So these two questions, students, learn by your heart, and I don't want any kind of the, you can say, any kind of reasons around. Okay, do the complete your task on the time. Best of luck. Stay blessed. Allah Hafiz.